Were there any good, positive role models in your neighborhood?
Nah, it wasn't no role model types. I don't remember no dudes my age graduating high school.
Mark, take one.
It's a Hard Truth, Ain't It? Is a feature documentary that was co-directed by 13 men who are incarcerated in a maximum security prison, and myself. The men try to unpack how they all ended up in prison with violent sentences. And they use the experience of learning how to make a film to try to figure those things out.
We started out talking about this, Madeleine Sackler and I, almost 6 years ago. And it turned into something very, very powerful that actually taught offenders filmmaking.
It was a hell of an experience. When Madeleine came in here, they didn't look at us as being lower than them. Hopefully, people that find out and see this get an understanding that, okay, some of these guys might deserve a chance to rehabilitate themselves.
The process was amazing, though. There are things that can be done to rehabilitate, you know what I mean? But it starts with that individual.
You're watching them learn how to make a film at the same time as they're making a film, so the filmmaking becomes a narrative thread throughout it.
The uniqueness of this project is that all of us come from different places, but our stories are so similar.
We wanted to try to tell these stories in a different way than is seen all the time, and they quickly sort of came onto this idea of animation, and that became very much part of our film also. We found this incredible animator, Yoni Goodman, who did Waltz with Bashir, and he really collaborated, showed them what their animated selves would look like.
That Benz, that sound, that wasn't the Benz. That was, I don't know, like a Honda or something. That wasn't no Benz.
I think it's really cool because what came out is kind of like a multimedia, multi-dimensional documentary that's unlike every other nonfiction prison piece that's ever been created. It's telling the story of their pathway to prison.
You ran away a few times, end up in the streets, end up in juvenile. Did you feel more comfortable being locked up than being at home?
Oh yeah, the streets were better than home, and Juvie was better than the streets.
When they started interviewing each other, it was just amazing to see how much sensibility and how much depth these interviews would get to. The clarity with which they sort of understand each other's psychological traumas and speak about it was really moving.
What would you do if somebody put a gun in your head?
But that's like you not taking
What would you do
responsibility
now?
for
Yeah,
your
what-
actions, though.
what would I
You
do
don't never
now?
want to portray that.
I hope that people can understand that we aren't as bad as the worst thing that we've ever done, that people deserve to be able to tell their own stories.
Would you show the whole situation, how it unfolded?
You would have to. I don't want to assume.
I think that's what they want, the truth.